Get ready to turn up the excitement at your next event with the Perfect Choice Band, the ultimate party starters in Ohio and beyond. Picture this: 2 electrifying vocalists, a powerhouse rhythm section, and a horn ensemble that will blow you away. That's right, the Perfect Choice Band isn't just another cover band. We're here to transport you to the heart of the party with unforgettable renditions of your favorite hits. From classics to chart toppers, we've got your playlist covered. Our mission? To keep you singing and dancing until the stars fade into dawn. So, why settle for ordinary when you can have extraordinary? Call 440-346-5242 or visit us at perfectchoiceband.com to book the ultimate entertainment experience for your special day. The Perfect Choice Band, where every moment is music to your ears. Don't miss out. Book now and let's make memories together.
Hi, this is Augustin Nielsen, Glam from Wigwam. You're listening to and watching CMS TV.
Well, it's only what, 20 after, almost 20 after
we got
the hour.
time.
Well, I found something that the fans might find interesting or fun. This is kind of like a little fun thing. I'm gonna forward this over to you.
All right.
But excuse me. Let me see. I gotta trash that. Forward this to Chris Aiken. We talk about people doing cover songs, just what we just saw right there. And I ran across this video where they basically run down 42 songs that are popular, but you wouldn't know that they were a cover. You know, very similar to, Quiet Riot doing the Slade songs and Metallica doing
Green Man Elite or Judas Priest, Green Man Alicia. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, what made Metallica?
Oh, like Turn the Page or whatever.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But this is 42 songs that we all know. They're very popular, but they're covers, and they give you an opportunity to see what these covers were, and you go, "Oh shit, I thought that was the original."
Okay.
So this is kind of fun. It's 42 songs. It's quite a few songs, but it goes pretty quick. So it goes bang along. It should take us to the top of the hour, but. When I watched this, I thought that this was something that you'd appreciate because, you and I both are kind of knowledgeable about songs and artists and things like that. But I found quite a few of them I wasn't aware of. And it was like, oh, shit, I had no idea.
Well, let's see. See what we got here. All right, here we go. HD Piano.
HD Piano. A few weeks ago, I made a video on 34 songs you didn't know are covers, but there's plenty more examples out there. So today we're going to look at 42 more songs you didn't know are covers, starting with Achy Breaky Heart. I'm sure you know the version of this song performed by Miley Cyrus's dad, Billy Ray Cyrus.
Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think he'd understand.
But he wasn't the original artist. The original version was released 1 year earlier by the Marcy Brothers and was called Don't Tell My Heart.
But don't tell my heart, my achy breaking heart.
No idea.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of the Marcy Brothers. All right. Well, one for him. I was not aware of that one.
I just don't think he'd understand.
Every Time We Touch was a big hit in 2005 for German techno group Cascada.
Every time we touch, I
don't know that song.
And every time we kiss, I swear I could fly.
But this song is a cover of the song by the same name by Scottish singer Maggie Riley, released back in 1992. Although, interestingly, the only part of the song that Cascada has used is the chorus. They didn't use the verse of the original song.
'Cause every time we touch, get this feeling, and every time we
Don't know that one
I'm
at all.
sure you've heard this song before, Don't Leave Me This Way. It was a hit for Thelma Houston in 1976 and also a hit for the Communards in 1986. neither of these versions are the original. The original was actually released in 1975 and performed by Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes.
My heart is full of love and desire for you.
Didn't know that one either, did you?
No, I told you
Yeah.
there's a shit ton of songs on here that I was just like, oh, I had no idea. And obviously, this is 3 times removed from the original.
Yeah, I like this game. This is good. All right, here we go.
This is the song Alone, made most famous by Heart in 1987. But the original version was actually released 4 years earlier by the song's composers Billy Steinberg and Tom Kelly under the name I-10.
No idea.
I-10, huh?
I-10. No one else had any idea either. Holy smokes. Okay.
In 1982, Tony Basil had a
Come
hit
on.
with the song Mickey. But Mickey is a reworked cover version of the song Kitty, released by the British group Racy in 1979.
Is it really a cover if no one ever heard of the band? Who the fuck ever heard of Racy?
Well, Ozzy said he has.
Of course he has.
He said he had a bunch of songs.
All right. Well,
So but again, these are artists that may have been big in their own country or in their own region.
I wonder how they got away with these songs not coming out as covers until now. I mean, honestly, Tony Basil, Mickey, I don't think I ever one time heard that was a cover.
But again, you got to realize the internet didn't exist then.
Okay, but it's existed for the last 20 years.
Yeah, I know, but who thought about Mickey?
That's true. Maybe we did when she turned 80 or whatever she turned recently. Didn't she turn like 80 or something? 70?
I know she's pretty old. I know she's in her 70s.
Yeah, she's old. But, all right, let's go to the next one. Let's see what we got here.
Kitty was written by Nicky Chin and Mike Chapman. Mike Chapman also was a producer, and he produced various albums, and one of the most famous albums he produced was Parallel Lines by Blondie. And in fact, the opening track of Parallel Lines was also a cover version. Hanging on the Telephone was originally written by Jack Lee and performed by his band The Nerves in 1976.
Don't leave me hanging on the telephone.
Some other Blondie songs that you may not have realised were covers include Denis, which was originally called Denise and released in 1963 by Randy and the Rainbows.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. I think I know the second version, but not the first on this one. I swear I've heard that Randy and the Rainbow song.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
And The Tide is High, which was originally released in 1967 by the Paragons.
I'm not the kind of girl who gives up just like that. I'm not the kind of man who gives up just like.
For years, I didn't know that one of my
So nobody in the 80s or the late 70s, early 80s was writing their own music.
Apparently not.
They're just regurgitating the 60s,
Yeah.
50s and 60s shit. Jesus. All right.
favourite songs, Everybody's Talking by Harry Nilsson, wasn't actually originally recorded by Nilsson. It was originally recorded by the song's songwriter, Fred Neil.
Everybody's talking at me. I don't hear a word they're saying. Everybody's talking at me. I don't hear a word they're saying.
Another song made famous by Nilsson that wasn't originally by him is Without You.
I can't live if living is without.
Of course, you may know the Mariah Carey version that happened years later, but the original version of Without You was recorded by the song's songwriters Pete Ham and Tom Evans in their band, Badfinger.
I can't live if living is without you.
You probably remember the song Don't Ya, which was a big hit for the Pussycat Dolls back in 2005.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak?
The Pussycat Dolls version of the song was produced by the song's songwriter, CeeLo Green, which you may know from Gnarls Barkley. And CeeLo Green also produced the original recording of Don't Ya, which was made by Tori Alamaze.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you?
No one ever heard of Tori Alamaze. Tori Alamaze. Wow. Okay. Here we go.
Wish your girlfriend was a freak?
But after her version was a flop, she was dropped from the record label and the song was re-recorded by the Pussycat Dolls. Another 2000s pop hit that you may not have realised was a cover is If I Were a Boy, made famous by Beyonce.
If I were a boy, I think I
The original version of this song was recorded by BC Jean, who wrote the song alongside Toby Gad.
If I were a boy, I think that I'd understand.
But when BC Jean's version of the song failed to be a success, her co-writer and producer Toby Gad then offered it to Beyonce, who made it a hit.
Gee, I can't imagine why you would do such a thing.
Yeah, but isn't that bizarre that they can record? If you listen to like Beyonce's version and the original version, there's not a huge difference.
No, not at
But it
all.
was a hit with Beyonce, but not a hit for this other girl. So was it a hit because it was Beyonce, or was it a hit
Yeah.
because they
It was
marketed
a hit because whoever's behind Beyonce puts millions of dollars into making it a hit.
right?
That's why.
Yeah. So, but the thing is that there's a lot of artists out there you never get to hear of because they just didn't have the backing.
Dude, I believe any song could be a hit if you put money behind it.
Right.
Any.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of bad ones that are out there that were huge for whatever reason. You know, they were huge and nobody really will admit to liking them. You know, Three Doors, or what's that band? Matchbox 20. I don't know one person that's ever said, you know what, I kind of like Matchbox 20. Not a single person. Yet I think they had a diamond selling record. Somebody bought them. I don't know who, but people were into it.
Was that the one that they did with Santana?
That's the singer, yeah, Rob Thomas.
Yeah, but I mean, was that the collaboration with Santana?
No?
No?
Well, that might be as well, but that was a Santana record.
All right.
They had their first record was huge. It may not have sold 10 million, but it sold a shit ton.
All right.
All right, here we go. Here's more of this. Let's hear.
Probably heard this song before, MacArthur Park.
God, this spot is melting in the dark on the sweet green.
Now, although personally I was introduced to this song by Homer Simpson,
MacArthur Park is melting in the dark.
the most famous version of the song is by Donna Summer, but Donna Summer's version isn't the original version. The song was written by famous songwriter Jimmy Webb and first recorded by singer and actor Richard Harris in 1968.
MacArthur's Park is melting in the dark. All the sweet green icing flowing down.
And
Yeah, I can't imagine why that didn't make it.
Well, who knew Richard Harris was a vocalist?
Yeah, no kidding. I didn't realize it. It's that guy, right? It's
Yeah.
who knew? All right, here we go.
no offense to his singing career, but I think Richard Harris is best remembered for his acting career. For example, his portrayal of Dumbledore in the first two Harry Potter films. Many of you will already know that Blinded by the Light, performed by Manfred Mann's Earth Band, was
Wrapped up like a douche.
Yeah. Who's the original guy?
Springsteen.
There you go.
Yeah, that one I knew.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
originally written and performed by Bruce Springsteen.
Blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night. Blinded by the light, oh, cut loose like a douche, another runner.
But did you know that Manfred Mann's earlier hit, Mighty Quinn, was also a cover version? The original version of Mighty Quinn was known as Quinn the Eskimo and was written and performed by Bob Dylan.
You'll not see nothing like the mighty Quinn.
I'm about to say, in this case, Manfred Mann made both of those songs about a zillion times better.
Yeah, they made it pop.
Made them good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Bob Dylan stinks. And so did the Springsteen. I had that Asbury Park record. Not that good. But all right, here we go.
Bob Dylan is one of the most covered artists of all time. A lot of his most famous songs were made famous first by other artists. So let's just look at a few examples.
Okay.
One that you may or may not know is Make You Feel My Love, which was made famous in the UK at least by Adele.
To make you feel my love.
But of course was originally written and performed by Bob Dylan.
To make you feel my love.
A song that I didn't realise was first recorded by Bob Dylan until very recently is If Not For You.
If not for you, babe, I couldn't find the door.
I've always known the version of If Not For You that came out on George Harrison's post-Beatles debut, All Things Must Pass.
If not for you, babe, I couldn't even find the door.
Why is a Beatle doing somebody else's music? Come on, dude. You're a fucking Beatle. You're bigger than that. Come on. All right.
Bob Dylan does play alongside George Harrison on that recording, but the version of If Not For You that we get on All Things Must Pass isn't the first ever recording. Dylan had recorded the song himself 1 month earlier for his album New Morning. And a song that was at least partially written by Bob Dylan that later went on to become a big hit is Wagon Wheel. Wagon Wheel started life as a demo recording by Dylan made in 1973, but was never officially released, although the song had become known to fans through bootleg recordings. It wasn't until 25 years later, though, that Ketch Secor from Old Crow Medicine Show finished the song off and released it as Wagon Wheel. So whether or not you would consider this song a cover is...
Who?
It's supposed to be Blues Travelers, brother.
I get. What was the name of this band?
It was too long to even remember.
Yeah, all right. That's weird. I've never even heard of this band.
a bit ambiguous.
Oh, the Old Crow Medicine Show, of course. I've got all their stuff. Me and Ozzy. All right, here we go.
And for one more Dylan song that I think at least some people watching won't know was a cover, let's look at Mr. Tambourine Man, made most famous I think by the Byrds, but of course first recorded by Dylan.
Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy.
Another one.
Can I just say that Bob Dylan's blows? I get it. There wasn't much going on at the time. He put out a lot of music, so people just bought it, but he sucks.
Yeah, I agree.
Nobody asked you there, audience. All right, here we go.
One of the Byrds' most famous songs was also originally a cover and was also originally written and performed by a legendary American folk singer. That song, of course, is Turn, 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 that was originally written and performed by Pete Seeger.
There is a season, turn, turn, turn.
There is a season, turn, 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 and...
In 1975, Rod Stewart had a big hit with the song Sailing.
I am sailing home again.
But this song was actually originally recorded by its songwriter Gavin Sutherland and his group, the Sutherland Brothers.
I am sailing home again.
Most of you will know the song.
You a fan of Rod Stewart?
I like some of his stuff. I don't own anything, but you know, I liked some of the stuff he did in the 80s mostly.
Oh, yeah, see, that's the era I don't like. You like some guys have all the luck and shit
I
like
didn't
that.
like that song. I didn't like that. I think what was the one song that I really liked, mostly because I liked the video.
Yeah.
But was it Crazy About Her or something? I'm crazy about her. Infatuation. That's it.
Infatuation.
Yeah, that song.
Yeah, not my. The only thing I liked on that record was they did a cover of Free Song, which is pretty good. But I like that 70s Rod Stewart. That just sounds like what the Black Crowes
stuff.
became. Yeah, that whole. I mean, that's like that and the Faces. That was like the blueprint for the Black Crowes.
Right.
And I love that shit. My mom played the shit out of that stuff for me. I met Rod Stewart when I was about 12. I met him at Blossom Music Center with my mom. In one of those times.
Sure.
One of those early events. But yeah, I was a big fan. But, all right, let's go. Here we go.
1985 by Bowling for Soup. But you may not have known that this song is not written by Bowling for Soup and is actually a cover of a song by the band SR71, with SR71's version of the song coming out only 2 months before Bowling for Soup's version. Many of the songs we're looking at today are available to learn right now at HD Piano. You don't need to know anything about sheet music. All of the songs are laid out in these really easy to understand.
Your touch.
Well, it's because the song was originally written as a melody, as a theme for the film Unchained. So it's the melody from Unchained. Unchained Melody.
I've hungered for your touch alone.
Is that John Wayne?
Exactly.
Sounds like John Wayne singing it. All right. All right, here we go.
For years, I had no idea that the song Heartbeats by Jose Gonzalez was originally actually by a different Swedish artist, The Knife.
One night to be confused, one night to speed up truth. We had a
One night to be confused, one night to speed up truth.
Wow, the original was like 10 times better than what that fucking dreary dud turned it into.
It sounded like Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah. It's awful. All right, here we go.
Most people in the UK will know the song It Must Be Love, made famous by Madness in 1981.
Must be love, love, love. It must be love.
But this song was actually originally written and performed by Labi Siffre back in 1971.
It must be love, love, love. It must be love.
Most of UB...
Dude, when you're seeing this, don't you think of that scene in The Sopranos where Hesh is negotiating with the gangster guy that wants to fuck Adriana?
Yeah.
And he's like, you sampled 3 seconds of this song back in 1951.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, here we go.
E40's biggest hits were actually cover versions, most notably Red Red Wine.
Terrible.
Red Red Wine was originally written and performed back in 1967 by Neil Diamond.
Red, red wine.
Did not know that.
Another song you may not have known was originally written and performed by Neil Diamond is Girl You'll Be a Woman Soon. I think most people, including myself, are most familiar with this song through its use in Pulp Fiction, where it was performed by Urge Overkill.
Girl, you'll be a woman.
But Neil Diamond performed the original version back in '67.
Girl, you'll be a woman.
If you
Neil Diamond, yay or nay?
I like Neil.
I like Neil too.
I've seen him. I liked him during the kind of the mid 70s when he was kind of like a drug
Hot
mouth.
August Night era.
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, he got a little cheesy when he did the "We're coming to America."
Yeah, when they hit the 80s, but the drugged out 70s long hair Neil Diamond guy, you know, that was
that was good.
I liked, yeah.
Once he started singing songs for E.T. and shit, it was over. Turn on your heart lights.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
When he became a cheesy radio guy, but like I said, the Hot August Night stuff was good.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, when it's like Love on the Rocks, ain't no surprise. Ugh, that was not good. And what all he was trying to do was capitalize off of the movie fame,
right?
Didn't he? He had 10 years where all he did was movie soundtracks.
Yeah. Hey, well, I mean,
Elton
John did a lot the same thing.
Yeah, none of those songs are any good either. you think about it, those Hakuna Matata and shit like that.
Yeah, but you get to get your songs on a movie soundtrack, man, and
yeah, it pays.
It sells forever.
Yeah, those are paycheck songs. I get it, but I'm not saying they shouldn't do it. I'm just saying they weren't very good songs. None of them.
No, they're not. They're not blockbuster songs, but boy, you get them in a movie though.
And you get paid. Do you think Don still gets paid pretty well for Dream Warriors?
Oh yeah.
Does he still? That's probably still his big hit.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
I could probably look, but not right now. Now I'm thinking about it, I could probably just pull up his file and look. But all right, here we go. I don't know who this gentleman is on my screen, but we'll find out.
If you live in the UK or Europe or Australia or New Zealand, then you will know the song When You Say Nothing at All by Ronan Keating.
You say it best when you say nothing at all.
But if you live in America or Canada, then you'll think, no, that song's by Keith Whitley.
Yeah, you say it best when you say nothing at all.
Or me being in America, I won't know the song at all.
Well, you're not a country music fan either.
No, not even a little bit. Jesus. All right, here we go.
You Say Nothing at All was written by Paul Overstreet and Don Schlitz and originally performed by Keith Whitley back in 1988, but has been performed by various other artists since, including Irish pop singer Ronan Keating, who took it to #1 in the UK, Ireland and New Zealand in 1999. Those from the UK or Ireland will probably be familiar with the song The Combine Harvester, which was a #1 hit for Brendan Grace in 1975 and also the Wurzels in 1976.
I drove my tractor through your hangar last night. I threw me pitchfork at your...
Something I didn't know for many, many years is that song is actually a parody of an earlier American folk song called Brand New Key, performed by Melanie.
I rode my bicycle past your window last night.
I do know that song.
Yeah, that's an early 70s tune.
Yeah. All right.
When watching the US Office for the first time last year, I was introduced to the song Life is a Highway by Rascal Flatts.
All right, come on.
Tom Cochran, right?
Yeah, something Cochran, yeah.
Yeah, Tom Cochran from Red Rider.
Yeah. I mean, come on. That's clearly... That one's not even a secret. Because the Life is a Highway was a huge hit in the... What was that? Early 90s?
Yeah. About 94, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it was a big hit. It wasn't like some obscure song. All right. Here we go.
And I really loved that song and added it to some playlists I had, but it took me a little while to realise that it wasn't originally written by Rascal Flatts. They actually covered it for the Pixar film Cars, and the song is originally performed and written by the Canadian musician Tom Cochrane. Now, one of the most famous songs from the 1980s is Girls Just Wanna Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. However, this song was actually recorded 4 years prior in 1979 by its songwriter Robert Hazard. But this raises an interesting question about what is a cover, because Robert Hazard's version wasn't ever properly released, so Cyndi Lauper's version was the first publicly available recording of the song. So many would say it's the...
She still bought it.
Yep.
It's a cover. She bought it. She didn't write it. Stop it.
The original version. We can ask a similar question about the Rolling Stones hit I Wanna Be Your Man, which was actually written by Lennon and McCartney.
I wanna be your lover, baby. I wanna be your man.
The Beatles would later record their own version of I Wanna Be Your Man. So which one is the original? The Stones version that came out first, or the version recorded by the song's writers?
I wanna be your lover, baby. I wanna be your man.
Another example is California Dreaming. The best known version is by the Mamas and Papas, and the song was written by John and Michelle Phillips from the Mamas and Papas.
California, dreaming on such a winter's day.
But the song was first recorded by Barry McGuire, although John and Michelle Phillips were on backing vocals on that recording.
God, God, it sounds like the same song, just with a different guy singing.
Yeah, just a different lead vocal.
Wow, that is amazing there.
I think it's possible as well that there can be more than one original version, or at least non-cover version. For example, China Girl was co-written by David Bowie and Iggy Pop. Now, although I think David Bowie's version is by far the most famous, Iggy Pop's version was actually released first. So, which is the true original version? I think they both qualify.
I could escape this feeling with my China girl. I could escape this feeling with my China girl.
Gotta admit, that's two artists back to back that both I hate. I never dug Iggy and I never dug Bowie. Bowie has like one song I like,
And what
Modern
songs?
Love.
Modern Love.
Yeah. That's like the only one, but I remember that whole Let's Dance. Put on your red shoes and dance the blue.
Was that 1983?
Yeah, something like that. It's awful. Just awful. And Iggy Pop has always been awful for me.
Didn't care for the Stooges.
No. No. Any of that New York hipster shit.
You weren't into the New York Dolls or anything like that.
None of it. David
about
Johansen, no.
Did you like Blondie?
Not especially. I mean, she's
No.
all right. I like the hits.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the time that Blondie came out, I ain't gonna lie, I was all about the Go-Go's.
Okay.
So I had no... Blondie was this little skinny chick with no tits. And Belinda Carlisle was like smoking hot for me. And I loved the, like, Our Lips Are Sealed and Vacation and We Got the
talked
Beat.
About her, she was a little on the chunky side.
Yeah, I liked her as a little chunky. She looked good with a little weight on her. She looked good with a little weight off her. She just looked good. I was a big fan.
All right. How about the Cars?
Not a huge fan.
No,
really. I mean, I like... I'm going to be honest. I got into the Cars at the wrong time. I probably would have liked them better. But I got into them on Heartbeat City?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is a really bad record from those guys. And I know it was super hugely popular.
Yeah,
like
that was their big
Drive
album.
and Magic and all
Yeah.
those fucking songs. I know it was their biggest album, but it was not their best album by any stretch. All that Living in Stereo and stuff, or Moving in Stereo.
Moving in Stereo, yeah.
That's where they were like their best, when they were kind of what would you call them, a trip rock band or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
I did meet Elliot Easton though.
Yeah.
I met him at the CMJ that I went to when I was a little kid. When I saw Metallica, I met Elliot Easton.
And then he died.
Son of a bitch. All right, let's finish. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Here we go.
Many of you will already know that Lana Del Rey's 2019 track, Doing Time, is a cover of Sublime's 1997 track, Doing Time.
Summertime and the living's easy.
But Sublime's version of Doing Time is itself effectively a cover version of the classic Gershwin song Summertime. Not only is Doing Time based on a sample of Herbie Mann's 1961 recording of Summertime, but the main lyric hook from Doing Time is lifted from Summertime and the living is easy. In fact, Sublime originally recorded the lyric as Doing Time and the living's easy. But to get clearance to use the George Gershwin sample, they had to change the lyric to Summertime and the living's easy. But tragically, lead singer Bradley Nowell had recently passed away, and they'd already recorded the lyric as Doing Time. So that one word was re-recorded by Sublime's friend and producer Michael Happold.
Jesus, that seems like an awful lot of work.
Just one word.
One word.
You have to change one word in that song.
Jeez, that's a bit much. All right. Here we go.
Isn't that crazy, though?
That is crazy.
It's like, well, you guys sang this one word, and that's a copywritten word.
Yeah.
You can't
use that. Music business is stupid. All right, here we go.
A favourite of mine is Black Betty by Ram Jam.
Oh, Black Betty.
Black Betty.
Black Betty. Was that a racist song?
It could have been.
Might have been. All right, but it's written by a black guy, so I guess it's not, right? All right, here we go.
He is actually originally an African-American work song, often credited to black folk singer Leadbelly.
Oh, Black Betty, bam lamb. Oh, Black Betty, bam lamb. Black Betty had a baby, bam lamb.
Another song that's often credited to Leadbelly is In the Pines, which you may also know by the title Where Did You Sleep Last Night?
Where did you sleep last night? Come on, tell me, baby.
Many people, including myself, were introduced to this song by Kurt Cobain's performance of it on Nirvana's famous MTV Unplugged album.
Tell me, when did you sleep last night?
Which, for whatever it's worth, is the best song on that fucking Unplugged record.
You didn't like the Penny Royalty song?
It's cool, but I knew that song. That Where Did You Sleep Last Night is just good. That Unplugged record is good. I know I'm not supposed to say that.
I have it.
Yeah, we're not supposed to admit that. We're supposed to hate Nirvana because they ruined hair metal, man.
Did they ruin hair metal?
Not to me. I loved them. I was all about Nirvana. Still am. Love it. But all right, here we go.
But although in that performance Kurt Cobain says that In the Pines was originally written by Leadbelly, that is not actually the case, and the authorship of the song is unknown. It's quite common with old traditional folk songs to not know who the original author was. Another traditional song made famous by Leadbelly is the Gallows Pole.
What did you bring me silver? What did you bring me the gold? What did you bring me the father? Keep him the gallows pole, Lord.
Although many of you will be a lot more familiar with the Led Zeppelin version.
Who? Never heard of these guys. Were they popular?
Look at those long-haired, drugged-out hippies.
Hippies.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever going to listen to this music.
No.
From their 1970 Led Zeppelin 3 album.
What did you bring me, my dear friends? Keep me from the gallows pole.
Another traditional song that many different artists have popularized is Whiskey in the Jar. I think the most famous version of the song is probably the Thin Lizzy version from 1970.
Metallica is way more fucking famous than the Thin Lizzy version.
Whiskey in a Jar.
All versions of that song stink. I have never got the Thin Lizzy thing. I do not get it. I've tried. I've listened to all of it. I don't get it. They sound so goddamn average to me. Do you think that they're above average?
No. I've never was that enthralled by what I heard from them. I mean, that's what they're like the King's X of rock.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
That was fantastic. Oh my God. Such musicianship and genius.
No, just average shit. Ugh. Not a fan. Never going to be a fan. And I have tried. I really have tried.
I've listened to their stuff, but
I have too.
Never. Okay.
Quite honestly, every time somebody else covers it, I like the cover better than anything they've done. I liked Whiskey in the Jar by Metallica better than them. I liked, what was the song Faith No More did? They did one of their tunes too. And Anthrax as well. You know, it's like, I like the covers better. It's like, no. All right, here we go. Another minute or so.
The 3.
There's whiskey in the jar.
The song was also recorded in 1998 by Metallica.
Whiskey in the jar.
Another song that may or may not be a traditional song is Hey Joe, made most famous by Jimi Hendrix.
Hey Joe.
This song was possibly written by Billy Roberts, who registered a copyright for it in the US in 1962, but his authorship of the song has been contested. Of course, with a traditional song, it's effectively out of copyright, so you can cover it without having to pay any royalties to the original songwriter. And that's what Paul Simon thought was the case when he and Art Garfunkel recorded their cover of El Condor Pasa.
I'd rather be a forest than a street.
Paul Simon became aware of the song El Condor Pasa after hearing it performed.
Another total shit act.
You don't like
No.
Simon and Garfunkel?
Funkle, not Finkel.
I say that just in a goof.
I know, but all the fans will be like, I don't even fucking know his name.
You say that as a goof.
I can't stand this band. Nothing they ever did. as a team or Paul Simon solo with that stupid "You Can Call Me Al"? I'm not gonna call you anything.
Well, here's what I'll give you with Simon and Garfunkel. See, I said it right. Their harmony was really unmistakable, whether you liked them or not.
Yeah.
And even though it had been around for decades, 40 years or more, I literally watched that Simon and Garfunkel in Central Park.
Okay.
It came out, I think it came out in 82, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I remember.
Holy shit. That was just massive.
Well, they were huge at the time.
No, they hadn't performed forever together. And that was like a reunion thing.
Right.
But I watched the documentary / concert video, whatever. I just saw that for the first time a couple weeks ago. I never watched it. And I thought, you know what? This is really popular. I know it's huge. I know it's big. But wow, the amount of people that showed up for this thing was just, massive.
Yeah, well, filled Central Park, right?
It was like over 100,000 people came out for this.
Ugh. A lot of people with bad taste.
It's just crazy.
I just don't like none of their songs. Scarborough Fair, Bridge Over Troubled Water,
The Boxer,
all that shit, just shit to me.
You didn't
by
like
them or anybody else. I don't care who does it, who covers it. I didn't like when Queensryche did Scarborough Fair. I didn't like when Disturbed did Bridge Over Troubled Water. No, they all stink. Fucking crap music.
All right.
All right, here we go.
By Los Incas. Simon asked the band if he could cover the song, and they told him it was a traditional folk song. But the problem is, it's not a traditional folk song. The song was composed in 1913 by Peruvian songwriter Daniel Aloma Rubeles.
That guy, he was dangerous when he invaded fucking Germany, remember?
Stalin, huh?
He was invading Germany and writing songs.
Yeah, who knew that Stalin was a musician?
He was a composer.
Yeah, look at him.
Maybe this is the music they used as they marched on in.
Right.
All right, here we go.
Paul Simon didn't learn this, though, until the original songwriter's son filed a lawsuit against him in the late 1970s. Simon was more than willing, though, to give up the royalties to the composition of this piece, although it was Paul Simon who wrote the English language lyrics to this song, so he does retain part of the songwriting credit.
Of course.
Let me know in the comments about other...
All right, there we have it.
So how'd you like that?
That's good. There's so many of those, man. There's so many. Boy, I wish I was this guy. Look at his fucking Patreon list. Holy smokes. This motherfucker's making bank. Maybe we should quit this show and start putting together cover songs.
Yeah, just put together compilations.
Yeah, and just do that. Look at the fucking list of Patreon people on there. Wow. Good for him.
Yeah. But when I saw this the other day, I thought of you. I thought, Chris will dig this a lot.
Yeah, I do. I'm always fascinated by it. And it's weird because he didn't cover any of like the Prince stuff. Now, maybe he did in his other video.
Yeah, well, he's got more out there.
I have to look because I found that very interesting, actually. Pretty good.
So you just, and again, to do the research and put together the little compilation clips and, give you a little background and
yeah.
On that's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad at all. Pretty solid.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap up the show. What do you think?
That's all you get, fuckos.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, it was again, we always say it, but it really has gone quickly, and even with all the background and the audience of one.
Yeah, I like having the audience of one. It makes my jokes funnier.
Yeah, we got to drag you through the mud, Ozzy.
You know what, Jackal? There's never going to be bonus time.
Bonus time?
Bonus time. I give you fucking 4 shows a week. I give you fucking 12 hours of Chris Aiken. That's all I'm giving you. That's it.
Bonus time.
Bonus time.
Give us some bonus time.
How about you give me some bonus money? Throw another 20 in the coffer. I might give you an extra 10 minutes.
Right.
What do you think of that?
All right. As always, it's been a lot of fun. I have no plans for next week, so I guess we'll be back next week.
Well, but make sure Ozzy comes back because I need that in the background every once in a while.
He's back there yelling racist and all kinds of words and words.
Stuff your mouth with chips, Ozzy. I'm sorry, crisps.
No, that when that fellow said the band Racy, and you hadn't heard of that band, just smoogle it, and I'm sure you will know the hit. It was kind of like My Sharona, I thought. But anyway.
All right.
That's enough.
There's this 2 cents of input right there.
There you go. That's your bonus time, Jackal. That's what you got.
Had to touch my skeleton, I guess.
He's a character.
All right. Well, since Ozzy has been off mic all night, I'm going to let him pick the departing song for the evening. So what should we play for you, Ozzy, to take us out of the show?
I'm going to balance it now because Chris said he doesn't like it. I'm going to balance it. Chris said he didn't like Iggy Pop.
I do not.
But I know he likes the chick from B-52. So let's go with Candy.
All right. B-52's Candy?
Is that the B-52s or Bow Wow Wow?
I don't know who it was.
I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, so it's Kate Pearson and Iggy Pop? Okay. I'm gonna take your word for it. All right. And what's it called?
Candy.
Iggy Pop and Kate Pearson. There we go. Candy. All right. Well, we're gonna leave you with some Kate Pearson and Iggy Pop with a song called Candy.
Great.
So we're going to get out of here. We'll be back next Saturday, and we will do it all over again. So thank you for everybody who's tuned in and who subscribes to our locals. Please join and help offset some of the cost of the brand new app that's coming your way.
That's right.
All right. Well, we're going to get out of here. So this is Neely along with my very good friend
Chris Hagan.
And we're gone.
Bye.
You see all the commercials for online gambling, but you're afraid to try them because you just don't want to lose, right? Well, play with the house's money. Right now, sign up with FanDuel at fanduel.cnspn.com and get $15 of free bets just for using our link. Sign up today at fanduel.cmspn.com and get $15 worth of bets on FanDuel. Be responsible and play today. FanDuel.